I did a podcast with somebody and he like introduced my company as Pooh Bear Stories. And I have this great reel where I was like, yeah, I basically risked the success of my company on being called Pooh Bear Stories for the rest of my life.
Basically.
And it's
you have to make
true.
an effort to see that R.
Yeah.
You know, so why the name, and then what does it mean to you?
So the short story is it's basically a nickname. I'm Mexican, raised in a Mexican family. And my nickname growing up was Pobrecito, or poor little boy, poor baby boy. And over my life, to this day, my mom still calls me Poor Bear, so her Poor Bear. But I adopted the name because for me, it has an underdog ring to it. And one of the deep things about my story is that I never really had like a firm father. It was really hard for me in my life to have like this fatherly role, something that I just like loved, wished I had. Home Alone is like one of my favorite movies because it's like this quintessential Christmas with a family and presents. But I grew up, my birth father wasn't a part of the picture, and then who I called dad was killed when I was 15. And so when I started my company, or actually just before, there were a lot of things like legally I was never adopted by my father, and so I didn't get benefits. I wasn't recognized by the federal government by his service and his sacrifice. So I had to kind of like claw my way to success, and I've had to learn everything. It hasn't all been handouts. I've certainly had help, incredible mentors in my life, but I really loved and embraced Poor Bear because I felt like I'm an underdog and like I'm just fighting for my opportunity.
No, that's incredible. Now that you explain it, makes sense that it's not Pooh Bear. It's you. You're the Poor Bear.